Chapter 3, A New Job. Can y'all see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
You may have noticed my photographs. Julia Jackson waved her hand toward the piano. There are even more in the library. I need someone to organize them. Are you interested? Tammy was thrilled. If she accepted, she could leave her horrible night job. Tammy didn't like working at night. And she would be able to satisfy her curiosity. Remember, we said curiosity is her need to know. Thank you, Mrs. Jackson. I would love to organize your photographs. I can begin whenever you wish. What a great idea, smiled Nick. He was obviously pleased. I'm hiring Tamina to work for me. I'm not hiring Tamina so you can look at a pretty face. Julia turned to Tammy. You start tomorrow. I will see you in the morning at 10. Be on time. Shoving her walker in front of her, Julia Jackson left the room. Tammy turned to Nick. I would like to do a good job for your grandmother. Do you have any advice for me? Why don't you come over to my apartment for some coffee? I can give you a better picture of how this household works, said Nick. Tammy and Nick walked to his apartment over the large garage. So remember, Nick lives with his grandmother and he lives in an apartment over her garage. It was huge. It had big windows. It had a sunny bedroom. The kitchen sparkled. Nick has a really good deal here, Tammy thought. Tell me more. Tell me about Julia Jackson. Well, began Nick, Julia is about 85 years old. Nobody really knows her age because she won't tell. She will not admit that she is getting old and that her body is breaking down. She has a number of health issues that she will not discuss. For instance, she takes insulin for diabetes and has serious allergies. Who else lives here? Julia had 3 sons, Victor, Oscar, and Timothy. Only Uncle Victor is still alive. He is about 60 and he runs the family company. Julia belittles and criticizes Victor. Nick was no longer smiling. Victor's wife, Olivia, is a scientist at the local university. Her field is poisonous plants. So Olivia studies and learns about poisonous plants. Her dream is to do research in Costa Rica. But Victor is trapped working for Julia. So Olivia is stuck here. My Aunt Eva is Oscar's widow. After Oscar died, Eva came here with her twins, Edgar and Caleb. And then there is me. I am Timothy's son. I have lived here since my parents died when I was 12. That's the family. In this house, my grandmother gets her own way. Everyone does what Julia wants. This is a house of unhappy people. Are you sure you want the job? So Nick explains that even though all these people live in the house, they're not happy living in this house. I wonder why. Let's see if we can find out. When Tammy got home that evening, she recalled Nick's words. This is a house of unhappy people. Julia Jackson was not a warm, loving woman. The Jackson family did not seem to care about each other. Tammy grew up with just her mom. She missed their talks and the fun they had together. Tammy's mom gave Tammy a bicycle when she was 9 years old. Tammy named the bike Ruby because it was a bright ruby red. Now, Tammy always rode a red bike, and all of Tammy's bikes were named Ruby to remember her mom. Tammy's mom loved life, even as she battled cancer. Tammy's mom remained positive. I don't worry about you, Tammy, said her mom. Tamina means strong, and you are strong like your name. I know you will be okay. Tammy missed her mom. Tammy was alone, but she grew up with a lot of love. She had a happy outlook on life, just like her mom. Tammy felt sorry for the Jacksons. Why do you think Tammy felt sorry for the Jacksons? Why did she feel sorry for the family? Can anyone?
Was your mommy sick? Maybe mommy sick for the cancer?
Yeah, her mother was sick. Her mother was sick and she passed away. So Tammy is all alone. But Tammy feels sorry for Nick and his family. Why does she feel sorry for Nick and his family, do you think?
Because they don't happy.
Yeah, they're not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you live with your family, they don't make you happy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But usually we're happy sometimes, maybe not all the time. But in this case, some of the family members or her son and his wife didn't want to be living with her. They wanted their own place to live. But his mother would not allow them to live on their own. So it's almost like she has them trapped. Okay.
For my
What'd you say, Georgiana?
family.
Yeah.
Do you?
Say it again.
4, capítulo 4.
All right, chapter 4, gossip. The next morning, Tammy was led into the library. Julia Jackson sat in a chair covered in gold fabric. She wore another elegant gown. Next to her was a small table with a coffee pot and a cup and saucer. So she had almost like a teacup. She had a lace napkin on her lap. No chipped mugs and paper napkins for Julia Jackson, thought Tammy. So when Miss Jackson drinks her tea or coffee, she drinks it out of a mug and a saucer, or a coffee cup and saucer. Whereas in my house, I don't drink coffee. I drink coffee out of a coffee cup, but we may use paper or plastic cups because we don't want to wash dishes, so we can throw them away. But Miss Jackson is very fancy, so she drinks coffee or tea out of a cup and saucer. Where should I begin? Tammy's eyes scan the room. So Tammy's looking around the room. Where should I begin? She noticed a large framed portrait of a couple in wedding clothes. Is this you? She asked Julia. What a beautiful satin gown, and your lace veil is so delicate. You were a beautiful bride, Mrs. Jackson. Yes, I was, agreed Julia Jackson. My husband, William, was lucky to marry me. I had plenty of offers. Plenty, she added. Why don't I start with photographs of your wedding? So remember, Tammy is there to work. What is Tammy's job for Miss Jackson? Can anyone remember? What is her job?
Organize.
To organize the photos. So she is going to start with Mrs. Jackson's wedding photos. An excellent idea. I will be back at the end of the day to review your work. Pushing her walker, Julia Jackson departed. She closed the library door behind her. Tammy got to work. She sat on the floor and sorted through a box of photographs. Tammy was humming quietly to herself when the door opened 2 hours later. A woman poked her head into the room. She was the cleaner who let Tammy into the house.
Well,
Hi, I'm Ronnie Brooks. Would you like to come to the kitchen for lunch? Tammy was hungry. I'd love to come. I'll bring my sandwich. Tammy held up a plastic bag with her limp peanut butter sandwich. So she had an old floppy peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Leave that in your backpack. Julia is allergic to peanuts. So we know that Julia has diabetes. Mrs. Jackson has diabetes, and we know she has allergies. She is allergic to peanuts. Okay. Is there anyone on here that may be allergic to something? I have a friend that is allergic to strawberries. She can't eat strawberries. My mother-in-law is allergic to shrimp. She can't have any shrimp. Okay. Leave that in your backpack. Julia is allergic to peanuts and bee stings, Ronnie added. Anyway, I think you will enjoy our food a lot more. Follow me. Standing at a large stove was a woman who looked a lot like Ronnie. Meet my sister, Troy. Troy cooks and I clean. Sometimes you cook and I clean, remarked Troy with a laugh. That's true. It's true. My grilled cheese sandwiches are better than yours, teased Ronnie. Tammy was glad to meet these two lively sisters. I bet they know a lot about what goes on in this house, she thought. Troy set bowls of French onion soup with hot bubbling cheese on the kitchen table. Next came a green salad with sweet orange slices. Dig in, she ordered. After lunch, Tammy sat back in her chair and gazed at the sisters. Do you live here too? No way, answered Ronnie. We bike in from the village every day. So they ride their bike into the village. I wonder if they have cars. because no one says they drive in a car. Well, the taxi. There was a taxi. Okay. So when I was reading the story this week, I wondered, I was like, well, do they have cars? Because everybody's riding a bike. But they do, because there was a taxi. We bike in from the village every day. Then we go home at night after serving dinner. We would never, never live here, added Troy. This family is so unhappy. Even my delicious food can't sweeten their moods. But we get to hear some juicy tidbits of information. So Ronnie and Troy are nosy too. They are curious as well. Like what? Like the fact that Olivia was offered space in a science lab in Costa Rica. She could finally study poisonous plants in the wild, said Troy. I just happened to overhear them, Ronnie added. Olivia said, Victor, when are we going to grow up and stand on our own 2 feet? This place is a prison. Then Victor said, I'll get us out of here one way or another. They were angry and frustrated, said Troy, and I don't blame them. Why are they all living under one roof? Tammy asked. It's like something out of an old movie. Victor and Olivia live here because Victor manages the family's money. Julia insists that he do it from the house. So her son Victor oversees the money or manages the house. I guess who cooks and cleans, who take care of it. But in order to do that, his mother makes him live in the house. That's a little weird. She is expected to cater, Eva is stuck here with the twins. So remember, Eva's husband is deceased. He's not alive. So this is Julia's daughter-in-law. How do you say daughter-in-law in Spanish? Does anyone know?
Nuera.
Okay. I don't know. I'm asking.
Yes.
Yep. Daughter-in-law. So that's Eva is her daughter-in-law. So Eva is expected to cater to Julia's whims. So that's whatever Julia wants, Eva has to do. And Nick lives in the apartment over the old garage. Julia likes controlling the lives of her family, explained Ronnie. Uh-oh. Biking home on Ruby, Tammy reviewed her first day at the Jackson house. She enjoyed sorting through the photographs, and Miss Nosy was entertained by gossip from Ronnie and Troy. This job will be very interesting, she thought. When Tammy arrived home, there was a delivery box on her doorstep. Tammy was excited. Tammy loved music, but she never learned to play an instrument. She had talked to the owner of the local music store. She had shown her a beautiful clarinet and said it was perfect for a beginner like Tammy. Does anyone here has anyone on here ever played an instrument? No? I played piano. I took piano lessons when I was in middle school. I didn't like it. My dad used to make me play the piano. I don't remember any of it now. Tammy opened the box and gazed with delight at her clarinet. It was bright, shiny, and ruby red. So she has a red clarinet, Tammy's favorite color. Tammy carefully fitted the pieces together. She put her lips over the mouthpiece and tooted. It was so much fun. Tammy had a book called How to Play the Clarinet. She learned Row, Row, Row Your Boat by bedtime. She decided to practice every night. She placed her new red clarinet on the table next to her bed. She would see it first thing in the morning. Tammy was in love.
Very
All
nice.
right. What'd you say, Miss Cardona?
Mm,
All right. We're going to stop here today at chapter 5. So next week we will read chapter 5, Money, Money, Money. And chapter 6, and maybe we'll do 3 chapters next week. So we'll read chapter 5.
Chopper.
Uh-huh. Chapter 6. And then we will also read chapter 7.
Chopper.
Okay. Are there any questions
1, 2, 3.
about our story this evening? Do you have any questions, Laura? Hi.
Miss Oliver, good night. I can talk in Spanish.
Yes, Carla will help me out.
Ok. No solo en referencia a las clases de piano que dice que tomó, quería decirle a las personas que están conectadas que si están interesadas en llevar a sus niños a clases de piano, van a empezar el jueves en Ser Familia.
Perdón, ¿a dónde es?
Ser Familia.
¿Así se llama el lugar?
Sí, está ahí entrando a la Riverdale, agarrando el 85.
She talking about the classes for piano for ¿en dónde?
Ser Familia se llama.
Laura, ¿podrías colocar el grupo, por favor, para que sepan las demás? Por favor.
Diga.
O sea,
Yo
colocar
sí.
información en el grupo para que todos sepan si pueden colocar sus niñas, pues. Pero la
Sí.
dirección.
¿Cuánto es el costo de ahí?
No, ese es gratis y es una vez a la semana, los jueves. Apenas van a empezar este jueves. Es
Sería
para
muy bueno
niños.
para la
Sí.
información por el grupo.
Les puedo poner el número de Ser Familia, solo tienen que llamar ahí, está aquí cerquita.
Ok,
Está
Sí, por
cerca
favor.
Sí,
Es como
gracias.
yendo para la Riverdale, por la Farmers Market, que va como para la Riverdale, ahí está donde está la Guitry, ahí está Ser Familia. Pero igual ahí les pueden dar la dirección cuando llamen.
Okay.
Bueno, sí, por favor, nos manda el número para
Lo coloca en el grupo, por favor. Gracias.
Y dan clases de computación los lunes también, de 6 a 8 de la noche. Por si
Está
están
bien.
interesados, también son gratis.
¿Para
Bien.
niños o para adultos?
Para adultos y pues niños creo que para jóvenes creo que es mayor de 14 años, si gustan ir.
Okay.
Pero para las clases de piano es para niños pequeños y jóvenes.
Ok. Muchas gracias.
Excelente, gracias.
Muchas
Ok,
gracias.
lo siento, mis
Bendiciones.
amigas. Ok, lo siento por sacarla de la clase.
Just say I'm sorry.
That's fine. Did she say she offers piano lessons?
Yes.
See, Miss Oliver, I may not know a whole lot of Spanish, but I figured that out because I heard piano, I heard family, I heard children, and I was like, okay.
You understand me, right?
Uh-huh. A little bit, uh-huh. Not all
Miss
of it.
Oliver, the better is free.
I know. Oh, that's awesome, Laura. I didn't know you teach piano. Do you teach it?
No.
¿Eras maestra? No.
No.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Miss Cardona, I did see your message about the link. And that's fine. I will send you another email with the link So you'll have it maybe 10 or 15 minutes before class. Okay, so if you check your email again, I will send it again so you don't have to look in your email to find it.
Okay, I say Daisy, thank you.
Uh-huh. And Miss, oh, that's why Miss Daisy says Georgia. Okay, I got you. Yes, because if
Okay,
you share it,
thank you.
uh-huh,
Okay.
got you. But that's fine. So I will send it out, and I did resend it, but you may not have checked your email. So it's in the email. I'll resend it out right before class so you have it. Okay. All right, ladies.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So, ladies, check the mail tomorrow, and you should have your book. I mailed it Friday. The mail is just taking a long time. So you should have it by tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. All right. Claudia, I'll send you the link on where you can find it. You can find the book on Amazon. All right. And Laura, I'm hoping the book will come to that address, even though I didn't have an apartment number. If it comes back, I'll mail it to Stockbridge. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Because
welcome.
sometimes some people take
The mail.
yeah.
I know. So we will see. If not, then I'll just because I mailed that one and I don't have any more books. So I'll just have to buy a book from Amazon and send it.
One question: how much is for the book?
I think it's $8.
Yes.
I send the money for you, or
You can. You want to wait first, or you want to go ahead and order it? Yeah, it's $8.99.
okay.
You can text me if you want me to order it, and then you can send it to me, and I can order it and send it to you, ship it to your house.
Okay.
Okay, it's
Okay.
up to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I try to put the information for about Ser Familia in the chat.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining me this week. I'm going to I will send you the link if you want to go back. Did anyone practice reading to their family last week? No? Nobody? You got to practice your English.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I asked the ladies last week, I told them to practice reading to their children or family, or even if they practice reading by themselves, to practice.
I am trying.
Okay. Thank you, ladies.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Miss Daisy. I will see you next Tuesday at 7, okay?
My book tomorrow.
Yes, hopefully tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I put the information in the chat. Les puse la información en el chat para que ahí está el número para que puedan llamar. Pueden preguntar por Ashley.
Ashley.
Para Ashley.
La cuestión de la familia, ¿no? Gran familia.
Sí, para ser familia, ahí puse el nombre de Ser Familia y el número de teléfono. Está ahí cerquita, aquí cerquita en Forest Park.
37, no es. ¿Cómo se llama la chica? Ashley.
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 ASH.
L-E-Y.
Yes. Yes, you understand me.
Dijo que quedaba en Riverdale, ¿verdad?
Sí, está ahí entrando al 85, pero al highway. Ahí en sí ve que ahí donde está la oficina de la licencia, para donde uno va a sacar la licencia. Ahí está una Quitry, de ahí la puede ver de la de la oficina esa, y el hacer familia está atrás de ahí de la Quitry.
Ah, ok. Muchas gracias.
Ok, no hay de qué, solo tienen que llamar y ahí les dan la información. Y si no,
Ah,
cualquier
ok.
cosa me pueden dejar saber y yo le pregunto, yo le digo a la muchacha.
Ah, ok. ¿Nos das su número o cuál es?
Mi número es 404.
Oh, permítame, lo voy a anotar.
Ok.
Ajá.
426 2072. Y si
Pero,
no, pues pueden ir el jueves a las 5:30 para empezar las clases, de 5:30 a 6:30.
ok. Me quedé en 426. ¿Qué otro número me dio?
2072.
2072. ¿Cómo se llama usted?
Laura.
¿Perdón?
Laura
Laura,
Mejía.
Ah, Laura.
sí.
Ah, ok.
Así que
Ok.
si gustan allá nos vemos.
Igual
Sí.
lo voy a
Muchas
colocar.
gracias por todo. Yoshi,
No, no hay de qué.
Bye.
muchas
Thank
gracias.
you,
Bye.
thank you,
Bye. Good
Martín.
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you, Miss Oliver.
Night.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Georgina.
Hey,
Thank you, Miss
bye.
Oliver. Bye.
I'll see you
Bye.
next week.
Gracias,
Thank
Carla.
you.
Bye. Teacher.
Bye.
Teacher
Yes,
soon.
ma'am.
Teacher soon. Bye.
Bye.
Ah, voy a dormir, tengo sueño.
Chen como usted que ya puede dormir.